Aleichem, we have another learning from HaYom Yom. Let's take a look at what we can see. Over here, Yom Shlishi. Well, anyway, we'll take a look at this. Vayikra. So we're in on the parak of Vayikra in the Chumash. Shlishi in Pirish Rashi. That's we say the third parak with the Rashi. We can learn that. And Tehillim Mem Tes to Nun Dalid. Tehillim we can say Tehillim. It's a mitzvah to say Tehillim every day. That's Mem Tes. That's 49 to Nun Dalid to 54. And then Tanya Bilazeh Nosan and two Meha Arizal. You say one can learn that chapter of the Tanya. And Beberchas Borei Nefashos Omrim Al Kol Masha Barasa. In the bracha of Borei Nefashos, we say it's Al Kol, not Kol, but it's Al Kol Masha Barasa, on everything that you created. In other words, when one eats, drinks, whatever, some liquids or some fruit. So someone says, thanking Hashem, and the last part of it is, thank Hashem for giving us this, and then Al Kol Masha Brasa, on everything that you created. Chof becholam. The chof is with a cholam means the O sound, below bekomatz, not with kol. Komatz is a different sound, that's kol. So one says al kol masha barasa and not al kol masha barasa. It'll say it in the English also. Godel hateshuka lihis kashrus yochol lahaspia rak kasher yilmod maimari hachasidus she'omer harav v'kotev. If one wants to get in touch with the Rebbi, with one's Rebbi, one can only achieve this when one learns the Maimarim, the words, the things he wrote of the Chasidus, she'omer harav, that the Rav says v'kotev, and also that he writes. If you want to have a kashrus, have a kesher, that means a tie, something to do with him. So then you have to learn the Maimarim, with the things that he said, HaChasidus that he said and says, and v'kosev, and that he writes. Ki b'rias panim belvad lo sagi. Because if you just rely on that, you saw the Rebbe and you heard him say something, and you heard it, so that's not enough. You have to really have the Maimar in front of you, what he wrote in front of you of the Chasidus, and also what he writes also, and to learn it, and that's how you can really get in touch with the Rebbe. So anyway, the Torah here, this is the English. So Torah lessons, Chumash, Vayikra, Shlishi with Rashi. So we can learn Vayikra, that's Shlishi with Rashi. That's the first parak of Vayikra. That's Leviticus in English. Tehillim 49 to 54. One can say Tehillim 49 to 54. And Tanya, for this purpose, this is the chapter of the Rebbe, the Alter Rebbe, the first Rebbe. For this purpose, page 165, and of blessed memory. That's where it ends. In the bracha Borei Nefashot, page 95, say Al Kol Masha Barata, on everything that you, Hashem, created. Kol, with a cholam, not a kamatz. So when you say Kol Masha Barata, everything that you said, not Kol. So that's what we say, Kol Masha Barata. The intense longing to be bound closely to a Rebbe can be satisfied only by learning Ma'amarim of Chasidus, which the Rebbe delivers as oral discourses and writes down. Simply seeing him is not enough. So, in other words, to really be bound with the Rebbe, with one's Rebbe, you have to really learn, see what he wrote, the Divrei Torah that he wrote, and the Ma'amarim of Chasidus, which the Rebbe delivers as oral discourses and writes down. Simply seeing him is not enough. Just by seeing him that's not enough. Let's see what it says in the notes. See 24th of Sivan. That's a different mimer. And then beholding his face. So simply beholding his face is not enough. So one has to really be learning the Maimarim of the Rebbe if you really want to be bound closely to a Rebbe. And simply seeing him is not enough. And seeing over here means beholding his face. In other words, you go to a Fabrengen, you go to a speech or whatever it is, you hear his Divrei Torah, that's very good, but you have to really also later on go and learn it and to understand what he said. Or with other, you go to a different Rebbe, you can see if he wrote different things, you can see it in writing later and go over it. So, okay, we can see it again. Beberchas barin afashos, when in the bracha barin afashos, omrim al kol mashabrasa. You say al kol with a cholam. Hakof becholam v'lo b'kametz. Not with the o sound. Not kol mashabrasa. Godel hatashuka lehiskashrus. If one wants to satisfy his desire to have shaykhus with the Rebbe. Shaykhus means you have to do with him. You want that he's relevant and to be bound up with him. Yochol lahaspia rak ka'asher yulmod ma'imari hachasidus she'omer harav v'kosev. One can satisfy this only to have a kesher, to have a connection with the Rebbe, when one goes and learns his Maimarim of the Chasidus, Bekosev, and he writes it also. Ki bereiyas panim belvad lo sagi, because just by seeing his face, literally, just by attending the shir itself, it's not enough. One has to really, if he wrote it down, it's a good idea to read it and to learn it and to go over it. Okay, Yesher Kayach. Thanks a lot. Hatzlacha, Kol Tov.